Chapter 65. Flying Ahead of the Wind. There were many things to be done, letters to be written, red tape to navigate, telegrams to be sent, and many, many late-night conversations. He would have to go ahead, he told her. She resisted fiercely. He hadn't known how stubborn she could be. It was their first fight. In the end, she reduced him to begging. "Darling, please. I promise. I've never broken a promise to you, have I? Please, Al, there's no way that I'm doing this alone. Just please don't come with me right away. Give me the chance to go scout things out. I do have the option to ask for transfer if things aren't suitable. Darling, I can't do it the way you want me to. I don't want to split up any more than you do, but I can't bear the thought of dragging you into unknown territory. I am afraid, Al. I can't let anything happen to you. Please, my darling, don't make this any more difficult for me than it already is. Let me do it this way. I'll write you, send telegrams. It'll be just like when we were 4 towns apart. We handled that. Please do this for me." She caved. She couldn't say no to him, but she cried, and it ripped his heart apart. He couldn't tell her of the terrible fear in him that it was some kind of unforeseen, elaborate trap. She sensed it, and would barely let him out of her sight. It was difficult. They had some time. He would leave at the end of October. She would wait till he sent for her. "I'll just make sure we have a decent place to live and find out the safest passage. I'll hurry. I won't wait long, I promise." She asked Pete if he would look after her goats in exchange for half of the growth of the herd. He was quietly happy with it. But she would keep them with her till it was time to leave. If she had to stay alone for some time, then the goats must keep her company. She was loathing the idea of the cottage alone at night. She called Johnny and asked him if he would try and change Danny's mind. "'Cause he's right. I know you don't want to be without him, but let him see the lay of the land a bit." Johnny was tired. She could hear it in his voice. The Fokker wolf had become a black dread personal enemy, and he battled with ways to defeat it. She couldn't help him. He couldn't comfort her. Autumn had her restless and filled with nameless fears, and she sensed the same in Danny. The war was 2 years old now. Every day had urgency and the feel that there was some hidden meaning to be captured before the moment slipped away. Christina and Hank were married on a Sunday morning, and she made a lovely September bride with her hazel green eyes and honey-colored hair. She had never been more beautiful. Love was good to her. As Eleanor kissed her congratulations on the cheek, she dimpled naughtily at her. "I'm pregnant." "I love you. You're going to be a wonderful mother and wife. Be happy, my friend." Then she was whisked away, and Eleanor hooked her arm through Danny's. Time was rapidly running out on them. Hank and Christina came to speak to them about the cottage. They would like to take over the lease when Eleanor followed Danny. It made her happy to know that love and laughter would continue in the little house when they left. It was the first home of their love, and she dreaded them leaving it. Danny got his orders. He was to board ship in Portsmouth on the 25th of October and leave for New York. "I'll see you off. We can go a bit ahead of time. It'll be that honeymoon trip you wanted to take." He shook his head, laughed. "Darling, we have a better chance of honeymoon in the Philippines. I don't know about this. Portsmouth has been bombed half to the ground." But he didn't fight her. He had fought her enough on things that made his heart ache and anything that could put off the goodbye. He sighed. He went to say goodbye to Johnny on his own. "Patty, You have been a brother to me. Don't speak like that. You're coming back, Yankee. It might be years before we see each other again. Then bring some little O'Neill bastards back with you. We'll give it a fair go. Name one after me. We can't call a child Irish fucker. That's just wrong. Listen, Johnny, I have something I wanted to keep for me. I'll start with a new one over there, and many of these hours have been together. Most of the ones that have meant anything to me, you were next to me. It was his logbook. Johnny took it silently. When he opened it, there was a photograph tucked between the pages. It was one of the photos that Christina had taken of the two men at the wedding. They were laughing brightly into the camera. Goodbye, my brother. Godspeed, he whispered softly after the tall American as he watched him walk away down the corridor.